And just like that, we are joined by our race winner from today's Toyota 350 here at Sonoma Raceway. And Kyle Larson, congratulations on another victory this season. Won last week with Coke 600, again today. It's been an exciting week to be a part of Hendrick Motorsports. Talk to us a little bit about that run today.
Yeah, thank you. It was an awesome race car. I was a little bit nervous to start the race, just, having Chase Elliott, who's probably the best road racer right now, lined up next to me. But when I was able to kind of stretch out from him and then kind of slow myself down, I was able to learn some things about the track and kind of get into a rhythm. And from then on, we were really good. And even passing cars was easier than I've ever had here before. So just really shows how good my race car was today. And worked out great to win both stages and the race. So just a unbelievable race car, which it has been all year long. We just now finally been able to get some wins to show for it.
All right, we're going to start with questions. We have several questions for Kyle. So if you are able to hold your question to at least a question and one follow-up, we would definitely appreciate that. So to get started, we are going to start with Jeff Gluck. Go ahead, Jeff.
Kyle, there's so many restarts late there and so many chances for the field to sort of take a shot at you, I guess. What's the key in those situations to not making a mistake, because they're obviously trying to force you into that situation?
Yeah, on a few of the earlier restarts, they were able to kind of stay on my right side longer, and then it had me out to the left through two. So I was hoping to get a better launch to where I'd be a little bit clearer of them by the time I got to turn two to get down. And each of those last restarts, I got good launches and was able to do that. But on each of them, I felt like I lost a little bit of front grip on each of them, and kind of went through there and pushed a little bit too much. Couldn't get to the gas as soon as I needed to. Same through 3A and 4. So Chase was actually able to stay closer to me than I wanted him to by the time we got to 7. And he's really good at outbraking people, and I didn't want to go in there and make a mistake, but I could get good drive off to kind of stretch out from him, and just had to make sure I hit my marks and didn't enter in the corners, the fast corners too fast and slide out and lose speed. So my car was really good where I didn't really have to run 100%. I could run 95 and just limit my mistakes a little bit better.
All right, our next question is going to come from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Kyle, you've always been fast here, but you haven't had the best races. So what was the difference today?
I think Hendrick Motorsports and just the cars that they bring to every racetrack right now. But today, I think our car was better than Hendrick Motorsports has been here in the past. And so I think that helps my job out a lot. But then also, there was definitely, I put work into it this week by looking at a lot of SMT and things like that. And, Josh Wise, I work out and do not just work out, but, I do a lot of stuff with him, and he's hired on Scott Speed to kind of work side by side with him. And, Scott's one of the best, American road racers we've ever seen. So, getting to pick his brain a lot and look at areas where I've probably struggled in the past. And Scott really helped me this week of like, I had a my mindset and how I thought you needed to outbrake people, which was opposite. So what you really need to do. So talking to him, I felt like I got a lot better outbraking people, and I was able to pass people really easily. So I think having him was a huge benefit to me, as well as Ross Chastain and Reddick and Bowman, who ran pretty good today until he had his crash, it looked like. But so I think we have a really cool thing going throughout the week, and it definitely helps prepare all of us drivers who work out with him and Josh and Scott to be good for the weekends.
And the celebration in Victory Lane where you spit the wine out, was there something behind that, or what was,
well,
it looks strange, so I was curious.
Well, so I won a K&N race here in 2014, and apparently it wasn't windy that day because it like shot out perfect. It was a cool picture. I was like, man, I'm gonna do that again today, but totally blew it, and it was way windy, and I feel super bad. I got it all over Jill Gregory. So that was my bad. I messed that up. I wasn't spitting the wine out because it was bad or anything. I was just doing it really for a cool photo like it was in 2014.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take our next question from Jenna Fryer. Go ahead, Jenna.
Hey, Kyle, congratulations. Can
Thank
you
you.
remind me, when did you first start going to Sonoma Raceway, and what are your earliest memories?
I didn't honestly come here a whole bunch. My parents brought me here. I don't know what year it was, but I would have had to been probably 5 or 6, maybe because it was before I started racing. We came to like a happy hour, the Saturday practice day for NASCAR, and then I came here. I've came to a lot more like NHRA qualifying days than the NASCAR. I came to one NASCAR race here when Juan Pablo won with me and my best friend, who actually was one of our spotters today. We came here and watched Juan win. So yeah, I didn't, like I said, I was always racing on the weekends. So, by the time we were done with our race for the weekend, we were pretty burnt out and didn't make it up here. But I came to an IndyCar race actually once or twice. But yeah, not a bunch of times here.
So the picture of you on the hillside in the DuPont gear, when would that have been?
That would have been during that practice day when I was probably 5 or 6 years old.
Okay. So to win here, I mean, is it a big deal to you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even though I didn't grow up coming here a bunch, it's still my home track. And, I've spent a lot of time in the Napa Valley when Rico and I used to hang out a bunch. I actually got to have lunch with David Abreu and his winemaker, Brad Grimes, yesterday. He cooked for a lot of my friends, and we got to have some of his awesome wine. So Napa Valley, like I said, is almost, it's not obviously my hometown. Elk Grove is my hometown, but throughout, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or so, I spent a bunch of time here. And so Napa Valley is close to me for sure.
Thanks, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next question will come from Lee Spencer. Go ahead, Lee.
Super. Thank you and congratulations, Kyle. Just watching you take off in turn 1, you just really seem to get a launch that would just kind of separate you from the competition going into there. Is there something that you worked on specifically just, on the restarts to try to get an advantage at the start of a run?
Not really. I'm trying to get away from them in every corner and stretch out, but the last 2 restarts, I was surprised. We had a lot of laps on our tires, and I honestly had probably better traction then, at least equal or better traction on the launch as I did on sticker tires. So I don't know why that was, but it kind of allowed me to get a little bit nosed ahead of the 9 through 1, and then kind of get my momentum built up like I needed to through 2 to get clear of him. Where like the 19 and the 22 on a couple of the restarts earlier in the race, they were able to stay on my right side for a couple corners. So I didn't want that to happen. So I just needed to nail my launch and then my couple corners.
We have several more road courses coming up. How much confidence finally getting that first road course win do you think it's going to help you in future road courses?
It definitely helps my confidence. It's no, I think everybody knows, like, I've always qualified really well on the road courses, but I haven't been the best racer. And then, today starting from the pole, and I was like, man, I just hope it's not like it always is. And it wasn't. I knew we had a car capable of winning after that first competition caution. But yeah, so to get a win and know that I can race, and I feel like I learned a lot here this week about how to kind of pass people on road courses, I think that's really going to benefit me going forward. So you're able to beat the two best road course racers of the last, 6 years or longer, it seems, today. So definitely means a lot, and for sure helps our confidence on this 5 car.
Thanks again.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey, Kyle. In recent weeks, as you've been on this run, have you given much consideration to winning the regular season points championship? I mean, Denny Hamlin at one point held a pretty good lead, but now it's down to 47.
Definitely. I think there for a few weeks, I was probably over 100 and something points behind him. So I was like, oh, he's kind of got it locked up. But then I kind of thought, well, I mean, I've had a couple really bad finishes and he hasn't had any. So if he just has one bad race, we'll be right back in it. Which he still hasn't had any, bad races, DNFs or anything like that. But we've had a few really good weeks where we've won stages and, won the race these last couple of weeks, and we've taken huge chunks out of it. So it's definitely a goal of mine to get those, I think, 15 bonus playoff points if you can win it. So we just got to keep finishing the races, gaining a lot of stage points and finishing up front, and not making things bad, just trying to be smooth and finish as the best we can.
Thank you.
All right, our next question will come from Chase McCabe. Go ahead, Chase.
Kyle, would you say that at this point in time, is this the most confident you've ever felt in a Cup car at any point in your career?
In a Cup car, yeah, probably. I've talked about 2017 being a really good year for me, but I would say this is better for sure. Now we've got 3 wins at this point in the season, and a lot of other seconds and top 5s. So, and right now I feel like we could go to any racetrack and be good. There were still times, I think, in 2017 where, we won a lot and ran up front a lot, but there were still races where we were just average. But seems like this year we've been strong at every racetrack. So I feel like I'm confident as a driver and in what I've been learning and getting better at. I definitely feel like I'm a better driver than I was in 2017, but our team is also extremely good right now. So for sure, I think all of us on the 5 car and everybody at Hendrick Motorsports for that matter is confident right now.
And then 2 years ago, they added the carousel back to Sonoma. What's kind of been the biggest difference in tackling that?
I don't know. I like the carousel. Even too different than a couple years ago. There's like a strip of new pavement there that you could kind of use and position your car on to get good grip and kind of angle yourself for the exit. So, and some of the curbs were different than they were from what I remember in 2019, like up through 1 and 2, those curbs were different. So it was fun. You kind of had to learn it really quickly. And some of the braking markers were different than normal. So without having practice, it was fun to try and learn it all on the fly.
All right, our next question is going to come from Anton. Go ahead, Anton.
Thanks, Amanda. Congrats on the win, Kyle. So with all those top 2 finishes and stage wins, do you think this is the best stretch you've had in your NASCAR career?
What was that?
Do you think that the current stretch is your best in the career?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't understand it, but everything's going better than it has for me in the Cup Series. So it's just been a lot of fun, and I just hope we can keep it going. I think it's great to be on a hot streak, but this series is so tough that you could easily get knocked back and be struggling and don't know why you are. So we just got to continue to work hard, and pit crew's been doing a great job. Cliff and everybody at the shop on all the cars have been doing great. And I feel like I'm putting in a lot of work too on my end, and results are showing, but we got to keep working hard to stay this good.
Thanks. Congrats on the win once again.
Thank you.
All right, our next question is going to come from Justin. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey Kyle, congratulations again on win number 3. My question, I asked your crew chief this, but it's been 2 years since you guys have been to Sonoma because of the pandemic and all that. So how reliable are the notes when you come back after 2 years of a break from a track and all these little rule changes, and your crew chief even mentioned the tire compound changing over the course of those 2 years?
Yeah, I was honestly, nervous going into this race because I mean, I feel like I looked at a lot of stuff, SMT and all that, and watched a lot of in-car and things, but I haven't been here forever, and I mean, none of us have, but new team and all that, and my week was really busy. I didn't really have enough time, I felt like, to get on iRacing to kind of get familiar with things. So I was honestly a little bit nervous, especially being the first car to turn 1 today. So, but I think all that stuff and video and SMT that I watched really helped and obviously paid off.
All right, our next question is going to come from Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Had to get unmuted there. Sorry about that. Kyle, how did today make you a better racer, especially knowing that you had Chase chasing you, your teammate? Some pun semi-intended there, because of the conditions and the way and your tire fall off, factoring all of that in. How did all of that come together to help you get this win?
I don't know. I think just preparation and work by everybody obviously helped us today. So I think like I said, Chase and Martin are 2 of the best road racers. They are the 2 best road racers that have been around now for the last few seasons. So throughout the race, when I passed the 19 and ran the 9 down from ways and passed him, like, it definitely helped my confidence out a lot throughout the race, and I think going forward will too. So just a cool day for sure. And anytime you win in the Cup Series, it's not easy. So you did something good as a team to get it done.
Did the tire fall off was a problem, but did the late cautions help you get you over the hump, and where you could run at least with cooler tires, be a little bit more comfortable to get through and hit your marks and do what you needed to do to finish the job?
Yeah, I didn't notice much with the tires. I think my car was really good. So honestly, my forward drive and the grip in my tires stayed better than what I'm used to. So I don't know how other people, I don't know how like the 19 felt compared to normal, if he felt like he fell off more, or if the lap times showed that. But for me, my car was good, and I fell off, but I didn't fall off nearly as bad as I feel like I typically do here.
Good work today.
Thank you.
All right, our next question is going to come from Mitchell Brew. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Kyle, I saw on social media this week that you had raised $62,000 through your Drive for 5 program. What does it mean to have a program like that going alongside your stellar season?
Yeah, it's cool, and it's with each lap completed and the wins and stuff, the money gets bigger. So it definitely, in the back of my mind, it adds a little bit more pressure to want to go out there and complete every lap and win these races. So cool that I'm able to raise that money and work together with some great organizations too through it. So definitely neat to keep stacking that money up there. And we have a goal of getting to 500,000, but hopefully we can raise some more money throughout the year with run up front and doing good, but then also fans can donate as well.
Thank you.
All right, our next question will come from Cole. Go ahead, Cole.
Thank you, Amanda. Congrats, Kyle. I'm curious what your emotions were like returning home after all that happened last year, and what they were like after exiting the car in front of the home crowd with this insane run that you're on.
Yeah, no, it was cool to be here today. With the, I guess, largest crowd that California's seen at a sporting event since the pandemic started. So I think it was just cool for all those people, and I got to come hang out with a lot of my friends before the race. They cooked some tacos before the race, so that was cool. And go on some wine tours throughout this week and go to Guy Fieri's house the other night and have a great time and drink a little bit too much. But no, it's just good to come out west. I think all of us enjoy it, staying at a nice resort with our families and, we're just relaxing really and enjoying some awesome weather and, to cap it off with a win at my home track. It's really cool.
You mentioned going to Guy Fieri's house. What was that like, man? That sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah, it was. He's good friends with Clint Boyer, and this is kind of towards the end of the Fox broadcast. So they always, well, not always, but the other night they had like a little party to say thank you to them, and we happened to be staying with Clint this week, so we got to go and I had I don't really remember it, but I made a deal with Guy that if I won this weekend, I would give him the trophy. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get it to him. And, but no, it was cool that he let us come over and have a good time. So look forward to coming back out again next year.
Thank you, man. Enjoy that trophy while you can.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Our next question will come from Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead, Ashley.
Hey, Kyle. Knowing the past couple weeks, it's been you and your teammates racing each other closely and hard. How do you balance racing a teammate, but also going out there yourself, going for the win?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you do have to race each other a little bit differently. You don't want to run into each other and damage their car or damage yours and, take out two opportunities for our organization to get a win. But at the same time, we got to run hard because we're battling up front for these wins with each other. So it's been cool to get to race really hard with Chase, especially, and William and Alex have been doing a great job this year. To have us all getting wins and battling up front all throughout the race, it's awesome. And I think too, we all want to see each other do good. So we work really well together, and I think we all learn something off of each other each week.
And a lot of people lately, with the success that you're having, have pointed to you as the championship favorite. What does it mean to you to hear that being directed at you? And do you feel that is the case as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of racing left, but I think if you were to point right now at a favorite for sure, I think you'd have to look at us with us run up front and leading lots of laps and getting the stage wins and things like that. And now getting a couple race wins these last 2 weeks. So, but like I said, it's still a long ways left to go. Teams are going to get better. Teams are going to fade. I just hope we're a team that continues to get better and can keep getting these wins and hopefully be battling my teammates for a championship in Phoenix later this year.
Thanks for your time and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right. Our next question will come from Jeff with Empire Sports. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Amanda. Kyle, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on another win. This is 5 consecutive finishes for you in the top 2. What have you learned about yourself as a race car driver over these last few weeks?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. We could have won some more races, I think, but I got to race a lot last year, and I ran 90 something races, and I think I was in the top 2 for 70 something of them. So I think last year kind of taught me a lot and helped keep my heart rate down and these late race restarts and things. And I feel a lot less pressure, I think, when I'm out there nowadays than I did maybe before. So yeah, I think just the experience of that really helps now more than anything.
And Mr. H was talking last week after last week's win, about the camaraderie and how proud he was that you and Cliff Daniels have built, the relationship you guys built. Could you talk about that relationship a little bit, please, and how beneficial it's been? Because today was definitely a team win, particularly your crew getting you off of pit road first after the caution on lap 72.
Yeah, it's all these wins are team wins, but my relationship with Cliff and everybody on the 5 car is great. And Cliff's a very intense guy. He's a perfectionist really, but that's what you want out of a crew chief. But Outside of that, you know, it's cool to me that, you know, obviously dirt racing is important to me and, you know, all that, but he watches more dirt racing than I do throughout the week. And I think that's really cool. And, you know, he'll talk to me like, hey man, did you see, you know, this or that? Like this guy did great. Did you see that slide job or whatever? And I think that's awesome. So, and it definitely helps us build a closer connection. So, you know, he's only a few years older than me. And I hope we're together for a very long time. I hope this 5 team is together for a very long time. They've already been together for a while, you know, with Jimmy and stuff, but I hope with me plugged in, we can be together for forever.
At this rate, it might be. Hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your time and insight.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. And we're going to take one final question from Chase Holden. Go ahead with your question, Chase.
Kyle, man, you did some road dogging today. That was good stuff, man. I hate that you're having to give the trophy away to Guy, but I wanted to talk a little bit about just kind of like what you did today and how it kind of reflects like with you being with Hendrick now. Obviously, like Chase being the you know, the so-called like road course ace or whatever. What's the competition like between like you guys like all under one roof? Like you know how they have the Penske commercials where they have like the little competitive nature or whatever that they do. Like, are you guys kind of like that inside Hendrick? Are y'all kind of like butting heads, pushing each other, things like that?
I mean, so I wasn't around before, but you know, every week we go into the competition meetings, you know, Marshall and Chad and even, you know, Rick and Jeff Gordon, guys like that, we'll talk about how the teams have never been working better together than they are right now. And that includes us drivers too. So like I mentioned earlier, I think we're all competitive with each other, but we all want to see our organization do well. So, you know, we definitely work well together. We race hard together, and I'm sure throughout, you know, the years, I'm sure we'll have run-ins or whatever on track. But I think if we can be man enough to just have talks to get through them, and be good teammates, it'd be hard to stop us. So, you know, I think all of us are very unselfish too. You know, like I said, we all want to see each other do good. And like, I'm an open book. If any of them have questions for me, I answer it 100% honestly of what I may be doing in the car with my hands or my feet or whatever lines that I look for and past trends and stuff. So where I feel like I can go ask any of them, you know, the same thing and I'll get the, you know, an honest response back. So like I said, we all want to see each other do good. And I think that's how you build great teammates.
Good stuff, man. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much for your time tonight, especially for spending a couple extra minutes with us. Congratulations again on the victory.
Yep. Thank you.